Hi everybody, my name is Jim with Full Moon Adventure Club, and today we're going to be talking about how to remove snow from your RV roof. Now really there's not a lot of reasons to do this. RV roofs can handle a very large snow load, and at the dealerships that I worked at, we just let them melt off. We never went around and removed a bunch of snow because you should be fine just letting it melt off. If there is any reason you absolutely want to remove all the snow off the roof of your RV, this video will kind of go over how I recommend doing that. Safety is going to be paramount. Number one, it is very dangerous to try and do this stuff in slick conditions with ice and stuff like that. I would not recommend doing this from the roof of your RV. It can be very slippery, there's no guardrails, and there are also a lot of hidden obstructions under the snow. Your TV antenna or a little vent could trip you up, and off the roof you go. It could lead to serious injury or death. So I'm going to do mine off of a ladder, and if you can, have a friend hold the ladder for extra safety. And so without further ado, why don't we just jump out there and see how I remove the snow from my RV roof if, say, we got to hit the freeway right off the bat or something and I don't want it blowing off at everybody. So let's jump out there and take a look. If for some reason you do want to get up there and remove snow, the only way to really semi-safely do this, in my opinion, is from a ladder. Now, a lot of people would say, you know, get your shovel up there and go ahead and scoop that off, and that's a real bad way to go. This is a steel shovel, so this would be the last thing in the world you'd want to use on that roof. For OPDM roofs, rubber roofs, all that good stuff, this is really going to tear them apart. They're very brittle right now because they're cold. So you never want to use a metal shovel on your roof. It's really going to tear things up. Some people might recommend using a plastic snow shovel. And again, I'm going to go ahead and be against that too. The reason being that even if you manage not to scrape your roof up or tear any holes in it, it's very possible that you could smack into one of your vents and or even your AC cover and your little vent caps. All those are usually plastic and they're very, very brittle right now. And so there's a pretty decent chance that you're going to poke a little hole in it, and that's going to be a leak come summer when all the snow starts to melt. So what I would really recommend, at least for what I do, and I've had really good luck with, is just using a push broom. A small push broom like this is going to kind of let you pull the snow off the roof towards you from a ladder. And it's also going to prevent any chance of you scraping, you know, your rubber roof. You know, the bristles aren't going to hurt anything. And it's just it's a softer rounded edge here made out of wood. It's a little thicker. So that's probably not going to poke any holes in your vent covers, but you need to be careful to avoid them anyway. Everything up there is very brittle, and that's another really big reason why you shouldn't be walking around on your roof. Everything is frozen, everything is very, very brittle, so there's a good chance you could do a lot more damage than good if you're walking around up there at all. So my advice to you would be to leave it alone, let it melt. It's very slippery, very brittle up there, and you should really just stay off it altogether. If you absolutely have to pull some snow off, you're just worried about the weight, or you're worried about a leak, or you're worried about anything like that, you can pull some snow off from the side, but it's really important that you go ahead and just pull some off with the broom. If you miss some, that's okay. They're designed to take a lot of snow load. So just grab your push broom, grab a ladder. You preferably want probably an 8 or a 10 or a 12 foot ladder, something like that, with some good traction on the rungs, that you can get up there and pull some of that snow off towards you. But really, I would just stay off the roof entirely if you can. Set your ladder up, make sure that it's nice and sturdy and that it's very stable. And if you have a friend to come out and help you, just hold that ladder. It's all about safety first and not falling and hurting yourself. So we're going to go ahead and set up the ladder. This is just a 6 foot, but I have a pretty small RV. So I'm going to get up there and just pull some of the snow off towards me. And you can work your way around the RV and pull all the snow off that way. And that would be the proper way that I'd recommend that you get some of the snow off the top of the RV if you absolutely have to do that. So I'm going to jump up there and just pull some of the snow off, and we'll be good to go. And again, you're going to have antennas and things like that, so you just want to be really careful, and that's why I really kind of just prefer a broom. If you can't get it past an obstruction, you can always just kind of push the snow to the other side. And that way when you get over there, it'll be a little easier just to pull that off. There we go. Okay, so that was pretty easy, really. And I was able to reach just about halfway across the RV roof, so I'll see if I can't maybe show you a different angle of that while I clean off the rest of the snow. But for the most part, I think we all pretty much get what we're going for there. And that's the safest way that I can come up with to remove the snow if you absolutely have to. So bear that in mind. Use a nice soft push broom. Take your time. Be very, very careful, and you'll be okay. So there you go. You don't really have to do that, but if you are going to do it because you're about to hit, the freeway or something, and you don't want snow blowing off at everybody, that's what I would recommend. Have somebody hold the ladder if you can. It has better grip. It has things to hold on to. It keeps you a little bit lower, and that way you're not going to fall from such a large height, if you're on top of the roof of the RV. And not to mention, it makes everything that was flexible on your RV roof kind of brittle, and so you might be doing damage up there while you're walking around as well. So I would use a broom and go that way. I might put a link in the description below for a nice expandable, extendable broom that they use for snow removal and stuff like that whenever they do decide to do it. And I'll put that link in the description down below if you do want to pick something like that up if you live in a really snowy area. So that about wraps it up. If this video helped you out, please like, share, subscribe. And until the next video, my name is Jim with Full Moon Adventure Club. Thanks so much for watching, and happy camping.